This is Cast of Wonders, the young adult fiction podcast featuring stories of the fantastic. Welcome to Camp Myth. Chapter 4, October 16th, 2013. Welcome back, campers. Ready for Chapter 4? Last week we learned Felix is a fae, and we met both Argy the Cyclops and Lil the Dryad. And did Lil just say flight? I hope Felix and Argy aren't afraid of heights. Let's find out what happens next. Now listen close, campers. Where were we? Ah, yes.
Camp Myth, Phoenix Watching, by Chris Lewis Carter. Chapter 4. A massive shadow eclipsed the bus, and a gigantic bird claw descended from above and grasped the metal rod located just below my window. In a single motion, Turbo extended his wings and gave a single flap that propelled us skyward. The bus filled with the screams and cheers of the other campers, and I felt light-headed from the sudden change in altitude. A few seconds later, we were already well above the clouds. I nudged Argy with my elbow. "Are you seeing this?" I said, but observing our takeoff seemed to be the last thing on his mind. His eye was shut tightly, and he was gripping the bottom seat cushion with so much force that his fingers were starting to stretch the leather. It was his loss, though, because the view was incredible, and not just of the sky. Our seat was positioned near the underside of Turbo's massive right wing. Most of the time it stayed straight as an arrow, but occasionally it would flap to send us higher. Although each new motion would create some turbulence inside the bus, it wasn't long until I began to feel comfortable flying Air Turbo. If anything, I was just thankful not to be his in-flight meal. Even Argy eventually decided it was safe enough to open his eye and relax a little. About an hour or so into the journey, Lil thought it would be fun to lead everyone in a sing-along of traditional mythic camp songs. I felt kind of bad for her, though, because no matter how much effort she put into her rendition of Centaur Races, there were never more than a few droning voices willing to help her out.
Centaur races 10 miles long, doo-dah, doo-dah. Come on, everyone! Centaur races far too long, oh, the doo-dah day.
She was attempting to start a fresh round of 99 badges to earn on your sash when Argy pulled a tattered magazine from his pocket and propped it open by using his stomach as a backrest. He slid out a stubby pencil that he tucked behind his ear and stared intently at the pages. I couldn't help but wonder why he was so interested in the jumble of tiny boxes. "What's you got there?" I asked. "Is that a book of Cyclopean runes?"
"A what?"
he said, not looking up. "Runes," I repeated, "like magic symbols, you know. We have all sorts of them in the Cloaked Grove. That's where I'm from." I took a closer look at the pattern. "Oh, I get it. That must be a protection spell. A rune of safe travel, maybe?"
"What? No, it's..."
He turned to face me, his eyes squinted in confusion.
"Have you never seen a crossword before?"
"Oh, sure. Loads of them," I replied. "My uncle uses the Crossworld's rune all the time. He travels to another plane of existence every day because he swears they have better tea." Argy shook his head.
No. A crossword puzzle. It's a game. You can use the clues to find words that fit into each line of boxes."
I felt dumb for not understanding such a simple concept, but all types of games are, you guessed it, frowned upon in the Grove, so I was eager to learn more. "Well, what are you working on? Maybe I can help."
"Okay, but it's a tough one."
He tapped the magazine with his pencil.
"I need a 15-letter word. The clue is, unable to claim as your own."
I thought about it for a moment, then said, "That's easy." His eye went wide.
"Really?"
Ur-Shalaktar, I said proudly.
"What?"
"It's an ancient Fey word that prevents you from being controlled by evil spirits," I explained. "Unable to claim as your own. Ur-Shalaktar." Argy slumped further down into his seat.
"That's a good try, but I don't think any of the answers are going to be an ancient Fey."
"Are you sure? It fits."
"Well, this magazine comes from a convenience store in Arkansas, so yeah, I'm Pretty sure it's in English,
he confirmed. And that's when I first heard her voice echo inside my head, as clear as if someone behind me was whispering in my ear.
Seriously? I know broken golems who could figure that out. The answer is uncopyrightable,
said the voice. I spun around expecting to discover the source, but instead found two male fae engrossed in their own conversation on who knew more about frost spells. They looked up and caught me peering over the seat back. "You have a problem, Cyclops lover?" one of them said. "No, it's just... never mind." When I turned back round, the strange female voice flooded my brain once again.
Here's a little-known fact. It's also the longest word in the English language that you can spell without repeating a letter. Bet you wouldn't learn that in your fancy pants grove,
it said. "Hey, Archie," I whispered. "Do you hear that?"
Hear what?
He asked. "A girl's voice inside your head telling you trivia." Archie wrinkled his forehead.
Is that some kind of fey joke? Because I don't get it.
The voice in my head snickered.
Don't worry, you're not going crazy. But you won't find me anywhere that you'd think to look. For now, just tell your friend the word. Trust me, you'll almost sound smart.
I was a little freaked out, but figured what did I have to lose? Hey, try uncopyrightable. Does that fit? Archie thought about it for a moment, then quickly filled in a line of boxes.
Wow! You're right!
He beamed.
How did you know that?
I shrugged, trying to play it off like it was no big deal. Lucky guess. He laughed.
Well, apparently the girl in your head is a genius. You should listen to her more often.
You know, he's pretty smart for a Cyclops,
the voice said.
I like him. Let's keep him around a while. This week's Camper Spotlight is Sebastian, the first-class golem crafter. Felix says Fae aren't known for their creativity, but Sebastian is able to build golems that are incredible works of art. For some reason, though, he keeps calling them marionettes. When I asked him if he could teach me his secret, he told me to look up some school named Vermilion Academy. I'll have to check it out. Sebastian was created by Studio Contribia. You can find the picture of him on the Camp Myth webpage. Cast of Wonders needs your help. We love bringing you free stories week after week, but we can't do it without you. Please consider donating at castofwonders.org, where you'll find buttons for regular and one-time donations via PayPal. Or help spread the word about our Camp Myth and our weekly stories by blogging or tweeting about us, writing us a review on iTunes, or liking our Facebook page. There's lots of ways you can show your love for our tales of the fantastic. Camp Myth Phoenix Watching is a Cast of Wonders production brought to you by Wolfsbane Publishing and features the voice talents of Kate Baker, Adam Black, Tina Connolly, Graham Dunlop, Christiniana Ellis, Marguerite Kenner, Alethea Contis, Alistair Stewart, Ian Stewart, and Barry J. Northern. You can learn more about the world of Camp Myth at our website, castofwonders.org. Our weekly episodes are released under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives license. Don't change it or sell it, but please share it all you like. The Camp Myth theme tune, August, is by Alexi Na from musicalley.com. Thanks for listening.